My F21 boyfriend, M24, opened our relationship. Now that I've finally found someone, he wants to close it. I come from a small town where everyone knows each other. I was raised in a very strict Catholic household. I had a pretty sheltered life growing up, no dating, no parties, none of that stuff. So when I moved to the city for college, it was a whole new world for me. I had total freedom. That's when I met my boyfriend. He's a little older and, honestly, the most amazing person I had ever met. He taught me so much about life and love and made everything feel exciting. I was completely over the moon when we became a couple. We've been together for 3.5 years now. I had so many firsts with him. Naturally, I assumed we would get married. He was my one and only. Then about 8 months ago, he sat me down and told me he felt like our relationship was losing its spark. I was shocked because I thought we were doing really good. For a second, I thought he was about to break up with me. But instead, he said we should open up the relationship and explore polyamory. He said it's more normal now and that it could actually help bring us closer. I was hurt. Like, really hurt. I couldn't believe he'd even ask me that. But I loved him too much. He's my first love. I didn't want to lose him, so I said yes. He made some rules like no bringing other people into our beds. We live separately anyway, and to keep things away from places we'd usually go. But honestly, I didn't care about the rules. I couldn't even imagine being with someone else. I only wanted him, but that first month, things didn't get better. I saw him less and less. He was always busy. I checked his social media and saw he started hanging out with some girl. She posted about him all the time. I was burning with jealousy, but I didn't say anything. When I did see him, he was sweet like always, but it started to feel like he was just trying to make up for not being around. I felt like I was the one doing all the work planning stuff, texting first, chasing after him, holding on so tight while he felt far away. Then a few months ago, we were supposed to see a movie together, but he bailed on me at the last minute. I went anyway. While I was there, I ran into one of my friends, and she was with her older brother. We ended up watching the film together, Nosferatu, if you're wondering. Afterward, we grabbed some drinks and I started noticing how attractive and funny he was. I caught him looking at me a certain way too, like maybe he felt something too. I didn't pursue anything though this was all so new to me. Liking someone else? That felt so weird. I wasn't used to anyone but my boyfriend. He eventually found me on Instagram and we started talking. I told him about the open relationship and being poly, and he was super chill about it. He said he was happy to spend time with me without worrying about cheating. We started hanging out more, and honestly, I didn't feel so alone anymore. I didn't feel like I had to beg someone for love. Even the little time I spent with my boyfriend started to feel enough because my heart didn't feel so empty anymore. One day, after we'd become close friends, he just kissed me on the lips. And it hit me that I had feelings for him. Smexual ones. We ended up hooking up not long after. It was amazing. I felt wanted. Cherished. He was so gentle, so generous. I couldn't get enough of him. It felt like he balances me out in a way I didn't know I needed. I finally understood what being poly could really mean, loving more than one person in a way that felt real and full. I grew very attracted. We even joined the gym together and started working out. He's a busy guy, but always made time for me, always invited me into his world and his hobbies. I felt special and giddy. Then this week, my boyfriend comes to me and says, I think we should close the relationship and focus on each other. I was confused. I asked him why. Things are going really well for us. He said it's time to think about the future and build something serious. Then he brought up religion. You're Catholic. You should understand. If you want this to last, it has to just be the two of us. When I hesitated, he started guilt-tripping me, like I was doing something wrong. Like I wasn't thinking about us. I love him. I really do. But now, I feel confused. I feel upset. I didn't ask for any of this. He opened the door, and I just followed because I loved him. And now that I found a little peace, a little joy, he wants to shut it all down. It feels unfair. Just wanted this off my chest. Also, throw away. TLDR boyfriend opened up our relationship to become closer with me. Instead, it got worse. I finally start seeing someone else like he does now. He wants to close it, making me feel bad. Edit. We'll be updating soon. After talking to everyone, I plan to end things with my boyfriend. Thank you for the clarity. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. Yes. Close the relationship. Dump your boyfriend. He's not going to marry you. You don't love your boyfriend. Have a true relationship with the new guy. Does poly even fit in with your personal values, or were you coerced? Get out now. OOP. It never fit in the beginning. It actually became better. Now he wants to close it. Commenter 2. This is common and predictable. Do you know how many times I've heard this exact story? Men want permission to F around, so they back you into a corner and make you feel like you have no choice. Then as soon as you meet someone, they feel threatened and jealous and try to close it off again. It's not going to work. There's hurt and resentment and lost trust now. OOP. I never heard stories. I didn't know it was a thing until I met him. Commenter 3. Let me guess what changed in your poly relationship. You told your boyfriend that you met someone. All you were supposed to do was pine after him while he ran around hooking up with other women. He truly did not expect that you would find or want someone else to hook up with. As soon as you drop your new dude and recommit to your boyfriend, he'll want to open the relationship again. Is that what you want? You are in the driver's seat. Talk to the new guy. See how he feels about a closed, committed relationship. If he's on board, go with the person that makes you feel seen, heard, respected, and loved. If it's neither, there's nothing wrong with being on your own until the right person comes along. OOP. I didn't tell him at first, but it's like he knew. I don't know how. Commenter 4. He probably noticed that you were happier and had a glow of contentment. I think that you probably changed how you approached him, how often you texted, how much attention you were giving him, less than before, etc. He was loving the fact that you were after him. He was enjoying the attention and how needy you were. It probably made him feel wanted, better, and desired. Now you're okay with how often you see each other and probably reach out a bit less. I agree with others here. Dump boyfriend number 1. He is not it. He is not husband material, especially not after his blatant disregard for your values, feelings, and affection. Then we add this obvious and awful manipulation attempt using religion. Throw the whole man away. OOP. You're right. I stopped pestering him and I didn't care when he bailed on me. I kinda grew indifferent when usually I was nagging him for affection and time. Damn. Commenter 5. Sounds kind of like you found a great new potential boyfriend. Why the hell are you wasting time on the old cheating moron? OOP. Clearly, I'm stupid. He introduced me to these concepts and told me it wasn't cheating, so I assumed it wasn't cheating. But it felt like cheating, so I guess it was cheating, but I allowed it to happen. I don't know, man. Posting here gave me the clarity that I needed. I was just confused and hurting because he was my first love and all I knew. I know one thing for sure. I am not letting this new guy out of my life. I will definitely be posting an update. OOP on her boyfriend, using her religion against her. OOP. He mentioned my faith because I do have religious trauma. Even living the free life, I have moments where I feel like I'm a bad person. This poly thing is another, but I did it out of desperation to keep him. I didn't think I'd find someone good for me. I'm really sad he used that against me. Update. 5 days later. Thank you to everyone who offered advice, clarity, and support. I wanted to share where things stand now after having some difficult conversations. I spoke to my boyfriend and told him I don't want to close the open relationship. I've grown to really enjoy dating the other guy, and it's not something I agreed to just to experiment. I told him it should be a joint decision. You can't just open and close a relationship as you please, especially when someone else's feelings are involved. I also told him I was incredibly disappointed he brought up my faith, knowing how much trauma and guilt I've carried from my religious upbringing and how it felt manipulative and unfair. He didn't respond to my comments about religion, but instead said, "If you want a future with me, this needs to end, or we're done." I told him, "Then it's done." He got heated and said I was throwing away nearly 4 years of our relationship for a guy I've only been seeing for a few months, and tried to make me feel guilty. But I reminded him that he was the one who lost the spark, who wanted to sleep with other women, and who opened the relationship in the first place, not me. I just agreed because I loved him and hoped he would realize I'm the only one for him. I didn't ask for this. After some time, he calmed down. We had a long, emotional conversation. He cried. He apologized. He told me he should have ended things instead of trying to fix our relationship with polyamory. He admitted he still loves me and that seeing me happy with someone else made him feel jealous, even though he knew he had no right to be. He said he probably deserves the pain and he respects my decision to end it. We hugged and agreed that even though our relationship is over, the first 2 years were beautiful. We'll always have a place in each other's hearts, even though our relationship has run its course. Later, I met up with the other guy I've been seeing. I told him everything. I ended things with my boyfriend because I didn't want to let him go. I told him I'm not rushing into anything, that I don't expect him to give me all his time or energy right away, but I'd love to date and see where things go. That's when he opened up and told me that watching me stay with my boyfriend while we were seeing each other was hard. He said it hurt him, but he kept quiet because he liked me so much and he knew what he was getting into. He never intended to be in a polyamorous relationship, but only agreed to it because he really wanted to be with me and didn't want to lose the chance. He secretly hoped we'd break up because, in his words, you deserve someone who only wants you and completely. He said he likes me a lot, sees a future with me, and wants to just date each other for now. We're not rushing into exclusivity, but we've both agreed not to see other people and see how this naturally unfolds. ETA, we already know we like each other and don't want to see anyone else at the same time. I don't want to be in an exclusive relationship. I just want to take my time since I left my first long-term relationship. I hope that makes sense. So, even though I'm mourning the loss of my first relationship that meant the world to me for a long time, I feel hopeful. I feel like I'm stepping into something new, something healthy, something that only involves just 2 people, LOL. Thank you all again for helping me find clarity in a really confusing time. TLDR, he gave me an ultimatum. I chose to end it. Now I'm dating and getting to know the other guy. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, this is the best update it could have been. Though I'm sure it doesn't feel like it yet, congrats on ending your relationship. I think you'll be much happier because of it, and you seem like you have such a level head of not rushing into things. I hope everything works out for you. OOP, I can't take all the credit. So many lovely people on here advising me not to rush. I feel a little sad. It's a big change, but I'll be okay and I definitely made the right decision. Guy 2 is worth it. Commenter 2, you're mourning a long relationship, and that takes time. I'm glad you stood your ground, but I hope it was for you and not Guy 2. Though I do hope things work out for you both. OOP, definitely for me. My ex should have broken up the moment he lost his spark. I deserve to be loved without begging for it, LOL. Commenter 3, we're not rushing into exclusivity, but we've both agreed not to see other people. Isn't this the definition of exclusive? OOP, yes, I get what you mean. We have no intention to speak to other people clearly. We like each other, but I just came out of a long-term relationship. I don't want to jump into another relationship straight away even if it's heading there. I want to take my time and get to know him.